Good morning, all of you. I welcome you for the session, which is in the form of a video lecture on graphics programming using OpenGL. So little bit we are aware of about this OpenGL, but let us be thorough about using OpenGL as we are using it for the laboratory purpose. You have assignments in computer graphics laboratory. So what is Open Graphics Library? It is always abbreviated as OpenGL. It's a cross-language and cross-platform library. We are using it as an application programming interface for rendering 2D as well as 3D vector graphics. Vector graphics in terms of use of polygons for representation of the image. So we say OpenGL, it is a application programming interface which is designed mostly in hardware. Is that clear? Yeah, let us understand in detail the design of OpenGL. So it is the application programming interface defined as a set of functions which can be called by client program. The functions are similar to C language, but OpenGL is said to be language independent. Let us understand the development of OpenGL. It is evolving, and the group referred as Khronos group regularly updates us with its new versions, and the group is responsible for releasing with extended features compared to the old one or the previous one. In addition to this Khronos group, even the GPU vendors like NVIDIA may also provide with additional functionalities in the form of the extensions. The associated libraries do exist with OpenGL. The earliest version is released with the companion library called as OpenGL Utility Library. We are using it as GLU. Maybe I have told you earlier, GLU. So it is the companion library to that of OpenGL. But since OpenGL is quite complex, in order to make it easier, the other library is also added, which is called as OpenGL Utility Toolkit. In the form of toolkit, it is the easiest component added for usage by all the programmers for computer graphics. The libraries are superseded by more libraries, say GLEE, GLEW, as well as GL binding. The implementation of OpenGL is in the form of Mesa 3D, which is referred as open source implementation of OpenGL. It is able to do pure software rendering, and it may also use hardware acceleration on BSD platforms or Linux platforms or say other platforms by using direct rendering infrastructure. How do I install OpenGL on Ubuntu? For installation of OpenGL on Ubuntu, we have to execute the following commands. So as that of we install other things using terminal, we have to be doing sudo apt -get install freeGLUT3 developer. So the version depends on the video card. I cannot say that OpenGL it is a software, but it is a API, and always the versions they depend on video card. So it is the video card given by the vendor, and then the video card comes with the driver, and the driver supports the OpenGL. So that is how the versioning of OpenGL it gets updated. As of now, the current version of OpenGL is set to be 4.6, so which is launched or which was released in 2017. If I have to compile the source program that I have created using OpenGL, then I need to use some C compiler, because we have understood that the computer program that has been made is having syntax similar to C language. So how do I compile? It is using the GNU C compiler, the name of the file with extension .c, and then we are providing all the linking support by using the options of GCC using minus option minus L. So L stands for linking library. So we are providing graphics library to be linked. We are saying graphics library utility to be linked using minus LGLU, and then we are saying that even the GLUT has to be linked. This command, compiler command, will be able to compile the file, which is a program, and it will make the compiled program ready. Why we are learning OpenGL? To summarize, it is platform independent, and because of platform independence characteristic, we can be using any of the platforms like IRIX, Linux, or Windows. The other important feature is abstractions. OpenGL supports GL abstraction, GLU abstraction, as well as a GLUT abstraction. It is open source. It is hardware independent software interface and supports client server protocol. It even supports other APIs like Open Inventor, which is object-oriented toolkit. It even supports other APIs, say DirectX, given by Microsoft, and it supports even Java 3D, released by Sun. Let us now go ahead and try to understand how the installation of OpenGL is possible on various current Linux distributions. For distributions which are derived from Red Hat Linux, we use the command yum install reglut-devel. I said this command we will be using for the derived distributions from Red Hat Linux, and the necessary libraries and header files, they will be ready. They will be installed to be used by the program. As GLUT depends on OpenGL, we have to be even installing GLUT, and GLUT will be able to trigger all the dependencies which are existing, and then because of the GLUT installation, everything else will be ready. All the dependencies will be ready. For distributions which are derived from Debian, such as Ubuntu, we use the command as apt-get install freeglut3. So this 3, it depends on version, which is the latest version, -dev. I hope it is clear now. How do we install on any distribution derived from Red Hat Linux, and for any distributions which are derived from Debian like Ubuntu. And again I am repeating, for compiling and linking your program on Ubuntu or any Fedora Red Hat based distributions, you need to explicitly grab every library. And how we are grabbing every library? By using flags for the compile command, GCC command, using -L followed by -L-glut, -L-glu, -L-gl and -ln if the program is using math library for supporting mathematical functions. Hence, I recommend you to use full version even if it is not required on your system. And older versions, the older distribution, they may be putting the files in a folder, user folder. So in that case, you need to be adding the necessary flags, say -L and or minus capital L, minus small l or minus capital L to pick up the header files as well as the libraries. And once installed, now even you can check whether the installations are supporting direct rendering in the output. So if the result is yes, then we can assure that there is a hardware support for OpenGL and it is working. If the direct rendering support is not visible, then in that case, you have to be again checking, and checking in the software, you may take a performance hit. The Compiz window manager, which is referred as OpenGL window manager, it makes application run jerky, right? Unless you enable vsync. So the applications may run jerky. This seems to be an issue, especially with newer Ubuntu installations. Important for assignments, installation of OpenGL, use yum install freeglut-devel, and then, as I mentioned, the video card drivers are required. For that, again, we are using yum install and necessary Mesa drivers are installed. Mesa libgl, Mesa dry drivers, and then X11 driver. Let us understand the demonstration with OpenGL. How we are understanding the demonstration? We are writing a simple program for circle drawing, and then we are letting this program for circle drawing, which is written in C language, to use OpenGL platform. The C program always have inclusions. So we are including the necessary header files, stdio.h, we are aware of. Here, especially, we are including glut.h, which is a part of GL, that is a graphics library, and it is followed by inclusion of math. There is a constant used PI for drawing the circle. As I mentioned, it is a drawing circle program, but not normal circle drawing program using OpenGL. It is using OpenGL. The function to initialize, it is myInit function. So this myInit function is making my initializations, which is able to make the background color as black. Why the color is black? Because I say the function GL clear color is having the arguments R, first argument as R, which is 0, G as 0, and even B as 0. So making background color as black. 0, 0, 0, RGB. If it is 0, 0, then it will make background color as black. So it is clearing the color. The next statement I have is making picture color. It is for GL color. This was GL clear color. It is GL color. See the naming of the functions. All the functions, they have a name starting with GL. It's an OpenGL graphics library. F, it stands for floating point values. So if it is integer, then it will be I. So this GL color create function is now using 3 parameters. First for R, G and B. The middle one is G, and it is set to 1. So it says that now picture color is green. Making the picture color green using GL color function with G value set as 1. The next function is GL point size function. So this function is able to set the breadth of the picture boundary to 1. What this 1 means? It means that the breadth is set to 1 pixel. The point size is set to 1 pixel. The further function GL matrix mode, it sets the current matrix mode. So here the current matrix mode is set to a projection mode because we are interested in rendering the projected view. We are interested in projections which can be perspective projections for the picture, or we are interested in orthographic projections for the picture. We need to load the identity. So there is a call to load identity function. There are no parameters passed to this function. What it means? It says that the identity matrix has to be loaded. We know that all the 3D transformations or even 2D transformations, they are in terms of matrix multiplications, and we need identity matrix always. So the GL load identity function will load identity matrix. It is followed by the function call, which is calling orthographic projection. So mode we have set is projection mode, and which actual projection we want here orthographic 2D projection to happen, because even though the objects are 3D or 2D in nature, but we have a screen, computer screen, which is 2D, which is in terms of length and breadth. So which is 2D in nature, and the corresponding attributes are passed to GL ortho 2D function, which will project orthographically the desired object. So I hope you have understood about the user defined function for initialization purpose, which is myInit. It is a user defined function we have written. We want now another user defined function, say display function. So display function includes, now it is preparing the display area. So it is clearing using GL clear function, and the desired static variable is passed. It is a static variable, GL color buffer beat. Then we need to give information about the graphical points. So graphical points are defined using the static component, say GL points. How the objects are drawn? The objects are drawn point by point or pixel by point or pixel by pixel. So the pixel by pixel plotting begins using GL begin and it ends using GL end. In between GL begin and GL end, always we call GL vertex. So using GL vertex function, all the vertices are drawn, where a vertex which is 2D vertex will have corresponding x value and will have corresponding y value. Here in our example, our objective is to draw a circle. So if we remember, what are the components or what are the parameters required for drawing a circle? So we need to have information about the radius of the circle, and let, in this example, take r value to be the radius of the circle. Say it is 200. Again, I am repeating, this GL vertex function, GL vertex 2i function is able to draw point, say vertex, on the specified coordinates. And we are using y, where y is iterated up to 2 into pi. Pi is a constant we have defined, but pi value is used in degrees, and 2 into pi will let us draw the circle completely of 360 degrees. So arc will be drawn quadrant by wise, arc will be drawn quadrant by quadrant, and complete circle, 360-degree circle, will be drawn using point by point drawing. So we are using some iterative I loop, and within the iterative loop, the x values are getting changed, where we have x values for circle defined as r into cos of I, and y value for the circle is always computed using r into sine of I. I is iterated this way. Now we are iterating y up to 2 into pi, that is 360 degrees. As we have decided, now all the GL points are drawn from GL begin till GL end. Let us now flush the buffer, the way we flush buffer for any text stream, or here we have to be flushing the buffer for the picture. Here picture is considered to be a circle. Let me now take you to the main important function. The way we have a main function in any C program, here also my my sample program for circle drawing supports main function, which importantly highlights how the typical structure of any program supporting OpenGL should be. Always we do glut init. Always we do glut init. So what this glut init is doing, it is initializing glut. We've understood what glut is. Glut is a OpenGL utility toolkit, and glut, it is a library of functions for interacting with any screen. For windowing any screen. And if I use this glut library of functions for interaction with any screen windowing, then I need not include specifically gl.h or glu.h. But this inclusion of glut, it takes care of the complete interaction with any screen windowing. So as glut is used, we need to initialize. If you are knowing that we have used the command line parameters to be passed as argc and argv, which are coming as the arguments to main function. So the pointer to argc and the values of argv pointer are passed on to this initialization function glut init. Now glut initialization is ready as the step 1, as we are using glut. So this initialization acts as a step 1. Let us now go ahead and we should be able to apply step 2. So step 2 is exactly glut create window. So what this step is, it is able to display the window to be created on the screen. So the name glut create window. Now display window has to be created on the screen. Whatever display window we want is to be created on the screen. This function is able to create a display window. The display window is having a name as circle drawing because we have chosen the sample application of circle drawing program. I hope it is clear. Step 2 we have applied as now display window has to be created on the screen. The step 3 now we will apply for specifying what exactly the display window will contain. So how this step? Now this step is carried out through glut display function. So as I mentioned, the step 3 is specifying what the display window will contain. So here display window will contain the picture that is drawn using display function. So display function is a user defined function, and through this user defined function we are drawing a picture of circle. So that means the glut display function is assigning a picture of circle drawn to the display window. Is that clear? The further step we will apply now as a step 4, because yet the display window is not visible on the screen. Yet the display window is not visible on the screen. It is, though it is created, it is not visible on the screen. It is not yet on the screen. For that, we need to make use of the very important function glut main loop. So this function, it activates all display windows with graphic contents. So in this example, we have created a single window, but there can be many display windows which are active, and every window with a designated graphic content. Here graphic contents are circle that is drawn. So I hope now you have understood the main function, which is telling us in the form of initialization, glut initialization, creation of the window, then display function, and in the form of the glut main loop, how completely the desired object has to be drawn on the screen through window, and then actual window onto the screen, where in display window the object, the desired display window containing assigned picture, which is assigned to the display window. So before this glut create window, even we have decided how we want the window size to be and what is the actual position of the window is, using the necessary parameters to window size function, and here necessary parameters to the position, glut init window position function. So from 0, 0 the window is positioned and window size is maximum, that is desired by the programmer. So I did not tell you about the second line that I have written in my main function, which talks about initialization of the display mode. So this function init display mode, what it is containing the ORing. It is having ORing odd parameters. So what these parameters are? The parameters are glut single, and the another parameter which is odd is glut RGB. So this parameter single, it talks about single buffering that is available, and the display mode is using RGB color mode. So display mode is using single buffering and display mode is using RGB color mode. I hope we have understood the parts of the program, sample program we have written, and the program in terms of my init function, which is user defined function, display function again, which is user defined function, which is able to draw the picture of a circle, or which is able to generate a circle, and the main function which has the typical structure that is followed in all the programs supporting OpenGL. Now let us compile the program on Ubuntu or any Fedora platform with desired compiler command. So after understanding the first program, now let us apply the OpenGL programming to animation application. So this is application now, application of our learning, application in terms of animation. What the problem statement is? The problem statement is we have to draw a 3D cube using specified vertices. The vertices are specified with coordinate values. The 3D cube is having 6 surfaces, and all the 6 surfaces are drawn as a quadrilateral. Where all the quadrilaterals for different surfaces, 6 surfaces of a 3D cube, they will be drawn using GL begin and GL end, and the 3D cube is undergoing transformations, and the transformed effect is nothing but the animation. Every surface is plotted, and every surface is having different color, so that it will be interesting to see the 3D cube and the transformations applied as an animated 3D cube. As we have decided, we are including glut.h because we have to avail all the functionalities of OpenGL utility toolkit. See the naming, how the naming of the variables is. It starts with capital GL float. The way we write float in our normal programs, here it is GL float. The three variables are defined for respective rotations: X rotation about X axis, rotation about Y axis, and rotation about Z axis. There is a init function which is responsible for initialization. So what this init function is doing? It is clearing the color palette. So clearing color palette now is using 0, 0, 0 as the values of RGB. R is 0, G is 0, and even B component is 0. So let us now go to the main function. As we have decided that main function is the important function where we need to be using glut init, then glut display mode with positioning of the window, with creation of the window, and then displaying the window with the desired picture. So here picture will be a 3D cube which is drawn using the draw cube function. Again there is a reshape function, so where the complete object can be reshaped, and we are using the glut idle function. We are using glut idle function for animation. As I said, this glut main loop will be continuing infinitely till there is some input coming from mouse pointer or from keyboard. So that means this glut main loop will go on continuing infinitely till there is a user input. So let us now understand what this draw cube we have written, what this reshape function we have written, we have created as a user defined function, and what this animation function is. So one by one we will go and we will understand. Let us draw the cube now. I'm here, draw cube function. How I'm drawing? By setting matrix mode. Here matrix mode is set to the static parameter GL model view. So that means we are using view model. We are using view model. Then let us clear the drawing buffer using the static parameter GL color buffer bit. GL clear using GL color buffer bit, which will clear the drawing buffer. Let us load the identity matrix and let us do the translation operation. Here the translation operation has to pass on X translation parameter, Y translation parameter 0.0 here, and the Z translation parameter as some negative value, negative float value. As float values are used, so the functions are named and they are having the last character as F. Similarly, we are applying the rotation operation also to the 3D cube, where currently the rotation is happening about x-axis. X rotated variable is used, and this is the X rotation. So 1. Other rotations are set to 0. Let us now call rotation about y-axis. Here, this is y parameter, so rotation about y-axis, and then let's allow our cube to get rotated about z-axis. So our cube is undergoing series of transformations. It is undergoing translation and then rotations about x, rotation about y, and rotation about z. So series of transformations it is undergoing. Let us draw the cube now using quadrilateral as we have decided using GL begin. GL begin function is now passed on static parameter GL quad as we are using a surface as a quadrilateral. Let us draw the cube surfaces. We are interested in top surface and we are setting now color as blue for drawing the top surface of the cube. Complete top surface is drawn using GL vertex 3F function. So you can see the values, different values, because the first value is saying that top right of the quad is drawn, the top left of the quad is drawn, bottom left of the quadrilateral is drawn, and bottom right of the quadrilateral is drawn as a vertex. So these four vertices are drawn for the quadrilateral, which is representing a top surface of the cube. All the vertices are drawn using the blue color. Now the next surface is drawn using orange color, where the orange colored bottom surface of the 3D cube, vertex by vertex, is drawn. Top right vertex for the bottom surface, then top left for the quadrilateral bottom surface. Bottom left of the quadrilateral bottom surface is drawn using this -1, -1, -1. Bottom right of the quadrilateral using 1, -1, -1. Similar way, I am interested in drawing now front surface using another color, say red color. We are choosing red color, RGB. So red color is chosen here. Earlier it was RGB with R value 1, G value as 0.5, and B value as 0.0, which has given a combination as orange color. Now using red, we are preparing our front surface. And front surface, all the corners are ready. Top right corner vertex is ready. Top left corner of the quadrilateral is ready. The bottom left corner is drawn. Bottom right vertex is as well drawn. Now let us change the color and choose yellow. Choose yellow color. Choose yellow color to draw the back surface of the quadrilateral, back surface of the 3D cube. The back surface is ready using top right vertex, top left vertex drawn, bottom left vertex drawn, and bottom right vertex drawn. Again, let us change the color. Take it as blue, RGB. Blue is now 1, and keep our left surface ready. Left surface of the 3D cube ready. So here top right is ready. Top left of the quadrilateral is ready. Bottom left is ready. And bottom right is ready. Now left surface of the 3D cube is drawn using GL vertex series of commands using many vertices together in the form of a quadrilateral. Let us now choose different color and take violet. So GL color 3F is passed on the desired values for R, G and B. R is 1 and B is 1, which is making a combination as violet. Top right of the quadrilateral is drawn for the right surface of the cube. Top left of the quadrilateral is drawn. Bottom left of the quadrilateral is drawn for the right surface, and bottom right of the quadrilateral is drawn for the right surface. We have now ready with all the surfaces, all the 6 surfaces of the 3D cube drawn. Here we are deciding to end the drawing of the cube. Let us now flush the buffer for the picture which is buffered. The picture here buffered is a 3D cube. Let us flush the buffer. We've understood the function draw cube. Now let us animate. Let us animate and apply animation transformation to the cube that is drawn. So how the cube is undergoing animation? By desired incrementation in the y rotated variable and desired incrementation in the values of x rotated variable. The effect, whatever effect is realized as an animated effect of transformations. Though object is 3D cube, the screen and the display window available is 2D in nature. So I hope we have understood draw cube user defined function as well as an animation function. Now let us write the reshape function. So again, it is a user defined function, as we have decided to reshape the object. In this reshape function, we are able to set the projection parameters through GL matrix mode with static parameter as GL underscore projection. That means matrix mode is now set to projection matrix. Then we need matrix multiplication. Indirectly, we need identity matrix to be loaded. Projection mode is set. The GL matrix mode is setting projection parameters, and the projection chosen is perspective projection. I want here perspective projection to be projected onto the screen. Earlier example, we have drawn orthographic projection. We have projected orthographically. Here we are projecting perspectively. I hope we remember what all projections we have learned, and even we are remembering what all 2D transformations we've learned and what all 3D transformations we've learned along with the viewing cycle. So how modeling coordinates are converted into the display coordinates, finally undergoing series of transformations through world coordinates, then viewing coordinates, and then viewing coordinates getting converted into normalized coordinates, and finally normalized coordinates getting mapped to display coordinates or device coordinates, where a device is nothing but the screen that is available. Can be a computer screen or laptop screen or any display device screen. Yeah, let us come back to GLU perspective function. So this GLU perspective function is allowing us to set the angle of viewing as 40, and it is even able to use x divided by y as the second parameter of the perspective function, and where the clipping planes are distanced at 0.5 and at 20.0 the near clipping plane is at a distance of 0.5 and far clipping plane is at a distance of 20.0. The matrix mode is now changed. Earlier it was in a projection mode. Now it is in a viewing mode. Matrix mode is said to be in a viewing mode. So now desired matrix multiplication should happen so that the viewing transformations are effective and the viewport parameters will be specified. How the viewport parameters are specified here? Using GL viewport function. GL viewport function is letting us to use the whole window, and the whole window is used for rendering purpose from 00 xy, from 00 to xy. So that means whole window is available for rendering of the picture, rendering of the object. I hope now all our user defined functions are ready, which are reshape, then animation, reshape I said, animation, and the function which has made us to draw the cube. And even we have a user defined function in it for clearing all the colors with RGB values as 0, 0, 0. All user defined functions are ready, and let us now call main function, and the main function is making us to apply desired transformations on a 3D cube, and the overall effect appearing to be animated effect, or it is an application of transformations on 3D cube as animation. So because of this, OpenGL and all the supporting libraries, the work has become very interesting. As OpenGL has made all these functionalities ready, we are able to avail them as per our requirements. I hope we have understood the basic example, the basics of OpenGL. Then we've used the basics and applied it for creation of a simple assignment of drawing a circle, and then a little enhanced example of applying the 3D transformations in terms of animation. I encourage all of you to execute the code and understand how interesting it is to execute any of the OpenGL operations, any of the code using computer graphics operations. Thank you for the time and enjoy executing these applications using OpenGL. Thank you once again. For any queries, you can mail me to mstakekar@pict.edu.